it was like, they're down at 6 and 5, and I'm at 58 and 67. And I mean, numbers 67%. That's with 15, 16, and 17 people in the race. But we have to bring back our jobs. And by the way, on the polls, number 1 on security, number 1 on ISIS, number 1 on protection, number 1 in almost every category. The only thing I wasn't number 1 on, personality. Can you believe it? They said I'm not a nice person. And I'm a nicer person than all of them. I mean, I'll tell you what just happened. It just happened today. I read it. It says voter violation. Did you hear about this? Cruz issued a statement, put it in people's houses. Voter violation. It looks like a government voter violation. Like, and it says, and it's a social thing. You're not allowed to do it. And they're investigating him now. So he's putting in houses voter violation, and he's giving people, you have an F because you haven't voted enough, up, down the line. I never even heard of anything like this. It is so dishonest. It is so dishonest. Then he took an ad about me, and he said that I'm in favor of Obamacare. My whole campaign is against Obamacare. And the only way I can fight it is I have a much bigger platform than anybody else. So when he does it, so it's such a lie. But what he doesn't say is that he filled out a financial disclosure form, personal financial disclosure form. And on the form, he wants to pretend he's Robin Hood. He's going to protect everybody from Wall Street, big bad Wall Street, right? He forgot to mention that he's borrowed a lot of money at almost no interest. Anybody in this room would take the interest rate because he pays almost nothing from Goldman Sachs and from Citibank. Forgot to put the 2 banks on there. Forgot to mention it. And then, of course, his bigger problem is Canada. He was born in Canada, and a lot of people are saying he can't even be running for the election. So we'll find out about that. To me, that's a big problem, by the way, because if you become the candidate, it's possible you can't even run, according to a lot of people. But I have to say that I see so much dishonesty in politics, Jerry. I've never seen anything like it. I think Jerry's in doing something where you don't see like we see. It is so dishonest. First of all, the guys in the back, the press, among the most dishonest people I've ever met in my life. They really are. No, it's true. It's true. No. They are so dishonest. And they'll have a story that they can take something that's good and make it look bad. I'll tell you the great thing is, and I'm talking about only 75 to 80% of them. There's 20% who are good. But I'll tell you the great thing is, the people that we're dealing with, you're right. Thank you. The people, look at those people back in the corner. Isn't that beautiful? These rooms, every room, Jerry, every room we go to is packed. It's whether it's a stadium, whether it's in Mobile, Alabama, 35,000 people, whether it's the Mavericks Arena in Dallas, 21,000 people, it's packed. Oklahoma, over 20,000 people twice. So, I mean, every place we go to, including Iowa, I mean, we go. I wish you had some bigger arenas here. I have to tell you, we're going to have to build something. But we have capacity crowds. And what I have found is the people are really smart, Jerry. They get it. They really get it. And I just want to thank everybody. One of the other things that came out is by far the Trump voter, the Trump person is the most loyal, by far. They say, I should not say this in front of Jerry, because I have to really behave in front of Jerry, right? But they say Donald Trump can do practically anything, and they're still voting for him. They're going to still caucus for him. So I'm very happy about it. But they say that, and it's out. I mean, 67 to 69%, regardless, they're with me. And then just about with him, I think I get into the 90s, and other people are at 9% and 12% and 19%. So my people, I adore you. You are going to make a decision soon, Monday. And I'm telling you, we're going to do a hell of a job. We are going to make America great again. I promise.
Donald, I've gotten to know some of your family.
I love you too. I love you too. Jerry, I don't know. It may be a guy, but I love him, okay?
Donald, I've gotten to know some of your family members and some of your employees, and I've noticed how much your children love you. I've noticed how loyal your employees are to you, and that's not the case when a boss is a tyrant. And I just wish you'd just say a word or two about about your family. I think
I would love to, but maybe first, your family. Becky, Mrs. Falwell is here, and she's an amazing woman who I've known over the years, and she's just an amazing person and such a big influence in Jerry in such a positive way. And I think she's right here. Becky, could you and the family come up, please? You and bring those beautiful children and spouses. Come on up. Come on up. Come. This is Becky and the family. Come on, family, get up here. I assume the stage can hold us, right? If it doesn't, we have a big story. Good.
That's our son, Trey. He's Jerry Falwell III. And this is his wife, Sarah. And this is our son, Wesley, his wife, Laura. They just got married, actually, at Trump Vineyard in last October in Charlottesville, Virginia.
And we
paid full price.
Full
Thank
rate.
you.
Yep.
You know, I tell you what, I said, I'll give you a deal. He said, I want to pay full price. I said, nobody's ever said that to me before. He insisted on it. It was, I'm not used to that.
So he charged us double. And this is our daughter, Caroline Falwell.
Yeah.
And
You can.
thank you.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. Great family.
All of us married way above ourselves, and so did you, Donald. If you could introduce.
Well, I would. I'd love to. So I brought with me, they wanted to be here so badly, my wife, Melania. Come on up. Melania. Come on up, honey. She's been so supportive. I'll tell you what, Melania actually did one thing. We talk about pollsters, right? She said, if you run, you will win. I said, what do you mean? If you run, you will win. The people respect you and they love you, and you will win. Now, if you don't run, you're never going to get an honest poll because nobody thinks you're running. So they can poll you and say, if Trump runs. But she said to me, very good, best advice. She said, that won't work. You'll be low. Nobody believes you're going to run. Even if they say you're going to run, unless you actually stand up and announce. I said, but what if I stand up and announce and I do badly? That's no good. It takes guts to run. Don't kid yourself. She said, if you run, you win. And almost from the day we announced, we've been in first place, Jerry. Mm-hmm. So here's my best pollster. Thank you, honey.
Hello, Iowa. It's great to be here. He will be unbelievable. The best deal maker, the best master negotiator.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, baby. Thank you. That's so nice. Thank you, honey. And I have somebody that nobody knows, Ivanka. And her husband, Jared. Come on up, Jared. And Ivanka is about 8.5 months pregnant. And the doctor said, it would actually be much better if you didn't make the trip. She's very tough, by the way, I have to tell you. Right, Jared? And Jared is a great young man, went to Harvard, very smart, great, doing a fantastic job in business. He's in the real estate business, done an amazing job in his own right, just incredible. But with Ivanka, so they said, don't make the trip. I said, wait a minute, politically, wouldn't it be great if she had her baby in Iowa? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be unbelievable? That would guarantee me victory, right? No, but she's here, and we have great love for the people. And say something, honey.
Hi, Iowa. We're so excited to be here I'm here for the next 2 days and here to support my father, a man I love very much and have loved my whole entire life, but also a man who I've stood by his side for the last 10 years and see him make deals that nobody else could get done. And that's what this country needs. So I have no doubt that he will make America great again, but we also need all of you on Monday night to help us do that. So please come out and caucus for my father. He will over-deliver.
Thank you, man. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Both families, thank you.
One last question. What type of qualities are you looking for in your running mate?
Well, I never like talking about a running mate until I get the deal done. We have to get the deal done, in all fairness, because I don't like to think ahead. And so many people say, do you have anybody in mind? I like to focus. You know, we started off, Jerry, with 17. They're dropping out like flies. You know that, okay? And you're going to lose a lot after Iowa. You're going to lose a lot after New Hampshire. New Hampshire's been an unbelievable place for us. We're leading by tremendous numbers. I will say this before I answer it, but I will give you somewhat of an answer to that because it's actually a very important question. In Iowa, ready? You have a lousy record. 16 years and you haven't picked a winner. Please pick a winner this time, okay? I'm going to win. I'm going to win. 16 years. You can't go another 4 years. You got to just get it done right. We're going to win. We're going to win. Leading everywhere, we're going to win. And leading against Hillary in the polls. Now we're leading against Hillary solidly. And I'll tell you this. A friend of mine who's a very political guy said, you know, the one person she does not want to run against is Trump. And Chuck Todd, who's a very nice guy, you know, he likes to believe the line and stuff because they go, oh, yes, we want to run against Trump. We want to. I said, Chuck, you don't understand. When they say they want to run against you, that means they don't want to run against you. Do you understand that? The one person they don't want to run against and that Hillary does not want to run, we're going to win. We had a series of big setbacks. We should have won 4 years ago. We should have won the last election. Should have won it. How that one was lost. We had a failed president. And it didn't work out. So we're not going to blame anybody, but it didn't work out. John McCain had a tough time because there was a little problem with the thing called the economy when he was running. And I think that would have been a hard one. But we certainly should have won 4 years ago. So, you know, I backed McCain. Didn't work. I backed Romney. Didn't work. This time I said, let's do it ourselves and do it and get it done. So really 16 years is too long. And one other thing I have to say is, before we get to that, you better. These guys, these are tough sounding guys, and I like the sound of that. But I'll tell you, really important. So it's 16 years, but we have to get it right. We have to get it right. More important than anything else, they want to move Iowa to the back of the pack. You know that. There's a big move that Iowa shouldn't be first. I give you my word. I'm president. I control it. You're staying right where you are. You're staying right where you are. So is New Hampshire. And Jerry, it's such an incredible tradition. It's really an amazing, even the caucus, the whole caucus thing, it's complicated, it's tougher. But you know what? You really have to want to have somebody when you're willing to go out and do this. It's actually a great system. I don't know if I'd want to have every state like that, okay? But it's an amazing thing, and it's an amazing tradition. And if I win, they're not touching Iowa. It's staying right where it is, and so is New Hampshire staying right where it is. They're not moving you guys to the back of the pack. It's not going to happen, okay? So just remember that. As far as a vice president's concerned, I want somebody, you know, it's a very simple test. Who do I think is going to be the best president if something should happen? Because things can happen. Who's going to be the best president? Because that's ultimately what it's all about. With that being said, you want to pick somebody that can help you. You want to pick somebody maybe from a state that you have to win. One of the things that one of the polls just came out, and in fact, the New York Post has a big story today, that Trump is winning with Hispanics. A big story, and I'm not surprised because I'm going to bring back jobs. It's actually a big story and become a big story. And Ivanka just showed it to me, that Trump, you'll see it, New York Post doing phenomenally with people that are here legally, who are the people that vote. Of course, if you listen to the government, they want to have illegals start to vote too. Pretty soon we're going to have illegals starting to vote if we don't start getting tough and smart and go back to what it's all about. But when it comes to the vice president, we want somebody that can really be a great president, number one, always. But somebody that can also help us get to the goal so that you don't have another 4 years of losses. And there are some great people out there. I mean, Republicans have some great people out there. And I think we're going to have a tremendous success. One of the stories that was written by one of the major media groups was that if Trump wins, first of all, the Trump-Hillary, if she ever gets there, I mean, I don't know if she's going to get there with this email stuff. I mean, is she going to get there? I don't even know. But if it's Trump-Hillary, it's going to be the largest voter turnout in the history of the United States. And you know that because the debate that I participated in, not the failed debate, the last one, the debate that I participated, there are 24, almost 25 million people with the largest show in the history of cable. CNN 2 weeks later had the largest show in the history of CNN, okay? In the history of CNN. And I'll tell you what, I think if we had gone through, if I wasn't insulted, and we went through normal channels and we did the debate 2-3 days ago, I think that would have been larger than the 25 million people that they had on the first debate. I think that would have actually surpassed it. But they said, and they said it very strongly, I bring states into play that no Republican's going to think about. For instance, the concept of winning New York State is impossible for any of the people that I'm dealing with. Impossible. It's not even something. They don't even campaign there. I think we have a chance to win New York. I mean, they like me in New York. They like me in New York. And by the way, if we win New York,